got 4 Australians in this one. A Swiss, Dominic Mechtre. But I've got a feeling it'll be Hurley versus Mechtre at the end here. We might just see Matthew Stanley coming through to challenge. But looking at the timings, there's a lot to be said for being able to look at the timings, because timings don't lie. History and heritage doesn't lie. So, Robert Hurley in 4, Australia. Mechtre in 5, a little bit nearer to us. Matthew Stanley of New Zealand in 3. This is...
John, you may want to look at lane 6, Lloyd. I've talked to his coach, and this boy is now up and coming. He's done 3:44.
He's done a 3:44. Okay, I'm a little bit misled because his qualifying time is 3:49, so I think...
That's his best time.
Yep. Okay.
You can see he's picking up his pace from the start.
You've got KILLEY.
Again, for the 400 freestyle, we're looking at the back end of the 200, or the last 200, which would reflect who would be the strongest runner.
An interesting innovation is that they can count the laps under the water. There is a visual for the swimmers. You can actually see the lap counter, so that will make a big difference. But this is good for Jarrod KILLEY. It starts out really well there. After 100 metres, he's got the lead. On the other side, we've got Matthew Stanley of New Zealand making a little bit of a comeback. It looks like it's KILLEY from Stanley. That's the way it is at the moment, and on his inside, Robert Hurley. We haven't seen much from Dominic Mechtre at the moment. We'll see a little bit more later, perhaps.
After the 200.
Okay. KILLEY from Stanley from Hurley. The LEYs have it. The Leles. He's got a very, very good reach, isn't he? I mean, he's making full use of that long physique. Long levers and pulling well. Got a little bit of a bow wave that's really working well.
It's a very nice stroke, high elbow, nice catch on the front.
Matthew Stanley has taken over. 400 metres this race. Stanley has taken over from New Zealand. There he is at the top of the screen there. So look over there, Stanley. Stanley on the right of screen. We've got Jarrod KILLEY at the bottom of the screen with the yellow cap. But this is an impressive performance at 2:50 by Matthew Stanley. He's already got a handy lead here. On his inside is Robert Hurley. We don't want to get too excited at the moment. Dominic Mechtre is biding his time, but making a little bit of a move now. He's got the white cap right in the middle. He is now beginning to up the pace a little bit. Will they increase the power of the stroke or just increase the number of strokes, do you think?
Well, it looks like Stanley's got it right up there, 200. You can see whoever the swimmers in the lead would quite dominate the race. And obviously they're not letting out Stanley.
Well, he's right on cue, because I was wondering where Dominic Mechtre was, and he's moved up to second place now. The boy from Switzerland, the 27-year-old, has come up, and in fact, well, it looks like he's got a big battle with Robert Hurley, because Hurley is in great shape at the moment. 400 metres freestyle. We're a long way into it right now, coming up three-quarter times. And it is Matthew Stanley, New Zealand, followed closely by Robert Hurley. Dominic Mechtre is in there as well. There's not much between these guys now. Can Matthew Stanley hold on? He's gone out very strongly, but he's tiring quickly. Robert Hurley is taking over here. Robert Hurley of Australia, the 24-year-old, in a 3-4. Just look at this. Robert Hurley times it to perfection, and he is coming home with this one. Very, very impressive. On the outside of him, it was Matthew Stanley, but Mechtre of Switzerland in there. But what a great timing of the performance. Not just the way in which he came there, it was in his brain. He'd worked out what it took, and he wasn't flustered to see first of all KILLEY and then Stanley take over that lead and go out.
Most coaches, again, would tell the swimmers to swim their own race, and what they do in training is exactly what they're going to do in the race. And obviously, Hurley has the right attitude for winning.
He's won by over a second from Matthew Stanley, and I mean, with 50 metres.